Thanks for checking out GamerGrub. In today's episode, I'll be showing you a 30-minute tomato sauce that costs under $3.
If you guys are ready, let's get into this. Let's make tomato sauce. Burnage is bad, especially in tomato sauce. With tomato sauce as well, it can happen really fast. Whether or not there's a big difference in taste based on the method is what we're going to find out today. A little bit of a science experiment we got going on. The tomato paste that I used was 99 cents. You can find it for 69 cents some places, like Aldi's. Tomato sauce, which I got name brand here. I think it was $1.49 for the name brand. It might have been $2. And then here I have a large can of diced tomatoes. This is 28 ounces. I think this is like $2.50 or almost $3. So, you know, like we're talking like $3. That's the cost of a can of ragu, and I guarantee this is better. I've got this super old stove that we're working on today. There we go, we're lit. So I'm gonna take this down to a pretty low heat. So this is a 6-ounce can of tomato paste, a good dollop. It's about, so this would be about 2 ounces that I've got on the spoon right here. Again, and then we're gonna put it right on the fire by itself for a second. Ragu might even be more expensive. And you could make a much larger batch to where you'd have leftovers that you could freeze. I would not freeze like ragu after I opened it just because it's already kind of gross. But that's just me. That's just me. So this has been going for, I don't know, about 2 minutes, and I cracked the salt in. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure a little bit of water. This is 1/4 cup of water. Oh, I'm hearing it sip. I'm starting to hear it sizzle. I'm starting to smell it cooking. We put this in. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna take it off the heat, mix in this water. I like to mix it in just like little bits at a time. What I'm really looking to do here is just unstick some of this. So this is the can of tomato sauce. We're gonna add roughly half, maybe a little bit. Yeah, that was about 1/3. That's about half. That's about half the can there. Now a lot of people, when they're using these canned products, they like to add a pinch of sugar. I'm not doing that today, just because I intend to share this. It can sometimes make the sauce a little bit too sweet, so I'm gonna add half of this can. So roughly 16 ounces of diced tomatoes. We're assuming that you have next to nothing in your kitchen. You don't have a blender, you don't have an immersion mixer, you know, you don't have a Ninja. I call this the tomato smasher. It's more of a ladle, but pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna pre-smash some of these tomatoes into the sauce. I probably could have done, you could do this separately. Like I could have done this in the bowl or in the can. But at this point, we're gonna put our pot back on the heat and we're gonna cover it. We're just immediately gonna cover it. Boom. Yeah, it's a thick, chunky sauce. You could almost, I think we're gonna use this as pizza sauce. Just the way it, like I could mash it up, but we'll mash it up a little bit more after it starts going, after it starts rocking and rolling. But pretty much that's it. I'm waiting to get some bubbles. Once I start to see a simmer, I'm gonna add in my seasonings. We've already cracked some salt in, but we're gonna add garlic powder, onion powder, and I bought. We're not gonna add them to this one, but I brought some crushed red pepper flakes because I think that those add a lot to a tomato sauce, personally. I think that this is super easy because right about now would be when you start boiling your 10-minute spaghetti, you know, because pretty much we're almost there. Oh, see, I don't know if you can see, but we're starting to get some motion in there. If I take it off the heat, I'll lose it. We just kind of mix that in. When you're stirring sauces specifically, you want to make sure that you're pulling up the bottom and sort of rotating everything in the pot, because we want all of it to kind of get an even cook, and the bottom of the pot is always going to be the hottest part. We're nearing the end of beginner tomato sauce that I'm probably going to use as pizza sauce. And what I'm doing right now, so I'll actually show you. We used diced tomatoes, tomato sauce, and tomato paste to form the base of our tomato sauce. I've done salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and I'm about to taste it again. We're about 30 minutes into the sauce, so I mean, it took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I also made a little bit more than I wanted to. So, that'll happen. But I think I'm gonna end up using this as like pizza sauce because it's pretty thick. Let me see. What's the best way to do this? Let's see. Up this way. Try not to spill it. Oh, wrong way. Like, it's pretty chunky. There's definitely some big diced tomatoes still in there. Let's see what it tastes like. Yeah. Yep. I mean, like, I would call this done. I would say it's done, just like that. In this pot is, like, what did we say? Like, around $3 of ingredients? And this is definitely a jar full, you know, and then it tastes better. And you can make it taste like whatever you want. I seasoned it pretty light because of what I'm going to use it for, but as we continue on, you'll see there's other things that you can do to spice up your tomato sauce life. So that's tomato sauce one way.